Hey, Mike with Nerd Problems Gaming here, and welcome to Nerd Problems Gaming, the channel where we go through the good and bad of everything nerdy to make sure you spend your time on the best of the best. In today's video, I'll be doing a review of Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, so stay tuned. Now, if you've never played a Castlevania game before, you certainly need to, but this is basically like the spiritual successor of Castlevania. So for whatever reason, Konami doesn't seem to want to make new Castlevania games, but this basically is from some of the people that made the original Castlevania games that branched off, and they kind of did like a Kickstarter campaign to create this new series, this new game, Bloodstained, and this is one of the extra bonuses that they did, and so it's cool. You can download it on the eStore, depending on if you're on the Switch or some other system, and so what's cool is it's like $10 to get, but it's really reminiscent of like Castlevania 3 for the NES. So you basically, I'm not going to go too in depth with the plot line, but you'll play as Zangetsu, who's like a sword wielding, katana wielding demon hunter, and then you'll go on this quest to take out these demons. And so along the way, you'll encounter new allies, and so there is a character that's similar to the old school Belmonts that wields a whip, and then there's another character that's kind of like a mage that has magic powers that you'll use, and then another character that's pretty much like a clone of Alucard, so little vampire demon-esque that can transform into a bat, fly around. So it's pretty cool. It's kind of like the main cast almost of Castlevania 3 again that you're playing as, but each character really has their own unique strategies, abilities, powers that they can use, different weapons. You can pick up different sub-weapons like in the Castlevania games, but then each character has their own unique set of those, so that's pretty cool. They all kind of have their own strengths and weaknesses as well, so it's going to really be old school platforming. So I mean, this game is basically Castlevania with the new name on it, so if you like that series, again, you're going to love this game. I love the music, I love the gameplay. You know, in Castlevania games, the bosses are traditionally kind of mainstream monsters, so you have like Medusa, you know, Frankenstein, a skeleton, mummies. So you're going to have those kind of traditional bosses. But in this game, it has their own unique spin on it. So it has their own kind of style. So it's still really cool boss fights. I like it a lot. The graphics are kind of 8-bit ish almost, so it's almost a little bit better than an NES game, and then the bosses are definitely a higher quality than that. I would say maybe Super Nintendo level or 16-bit level, so it's pretty cool. It's kind of a mix between the two as well, so I like that aspect as well, but I really like the gameplay. You know, it's not a super long game, but at the same time, if you're going to compare it to NES games of kind of like the time that this is very similar to, it's about the right length, right? It probably took me about 2.5, 3 hours to beat it the first time, going through the levels, not really knowing what I was doing, not knowing the patterns of the bosses. So I liked it in that aspect. It was, like I said, it's kind of a shorter game, but at the same time, it's not, because it would typically take about that long to beat like a classic Castlevania game. So a couple hours gameplay in it. What's neat is there's all kinds of different branching paths that you could go on. So the replay value is actually really high. And as you beat it, you unlock new modes, which is cool as well. So you'll be able to experience that too, different aspects of the story that you can dive into. So again, there's a lot of replay value in it as well. So it's fun in that sense too. But yeah, definitely worth the $10 price tag of this game. I like it a lot. And like I said, if you like Castlevania, you're going to love this game as well. So again, guys, check this out if you haven't yet. Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, definitely worth a playthrough. Like I said, depending on what aspect you're getting on Switch, I think it was like $10, and then other systems it's going to be on accessible as well. I think maybe on Xbox One might be out in a week or two, but for right now it's out on Switch, so that's where I picked it up. So again, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to comment and share and subscribe if you haven't yet to check out our latest videos. And then also, if you want to see more videos like this faster, or maybe get early access to videos or even pick some of our videos, consider becoming a patron patron of ours over on patreon.com, over at patreon.com/nerdproblemsgaming. Again, that's patreon.com/nerdproblemsgaming. And if you'd like to check out live streams and Let's Play of us playing games like this over on our channel on Twitch, you can follow us over there as well, over at twitch.tv/MikeMacDirect. Again, that's twitch.tv/MikeMacDirect. But again, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you more soon.